Hey everybody, Matt here with LGN Gaming. I just started up a SCUM game and just want to give my thoughts on some things you can do if you're not planning on just following the tutorial straight away. So if you actually go to the tutorial over here, it'll kind of tell you to make a stone knife, make some spears, which you should probably do that. Then when you go to bag crafting, it wants you to cut up your pants and cut up all this other stuff. It's really not a good idea to cut up your pants. The reason being is it actually gives you some extra storage space, and you don't really want to lose out on storage space if you can avoid it. So a more beneficial thing to do would be to actually go find some bushes to cut up instead. So I think over here is where I want to go. So you can actually make tree bark rope pretty easily. If you're cutting down bushes to make spears, you only need 5 small sticks to cut these down. Let me see. Oh, I only have 1 rock. I cannot do that without a stone knife. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is craft a stone knife. Then once you get that stone knife in your inventory, then you can actually cut down some bushes and make some tree bark rope. You are going to have to cut up some of your clothing, but you really want to try and keep as much clothing as you can. The reason being is, early game, if you don't have any clean rags, getting hit by a zombie can actually be, or a puppet I should say, can actually be pretty dangerous because you'll start bleeding, and if you don't have any clean rags, you'll just continue to bleed and then eventually die. And you want to kind of patch your wounds as quickly as you can, and it requires clean rags for that. So if you kill a puppet and get their clothes, you're probably not getting clean rags from any of that. So you kind of want to keep as much of your original clothing as you can. It looks like I only have 4 sticks here. So let me see if I can cut this as well. Yeah. And it's actually very easy to get 5 small sticks. I mean, as you can see, I barely moved at all. And let's see, do I have 5? I do. So all you have to do is go to tree bark rope, craft that. You are going to have to cut up some of your clothing, but your shirt and your socks or underwear should do. You don't have to end up cutting up your inmate pants or your inmate shirt, which are both items that actually have storage. You want to kind of keep as many items with storage as possible, because it behooves you to carry around as much as possible. You will hopefully find a backpack eventually to replace this courier backpack. That's the first thing you're going to make, but it's definitely useful to have with your first kind of set of exploring. So once you have all that, you can craft your courier's backpack. And then since I already cut these bushes, I'm going to make some spears as well. That way I have some starter weapons. Now the courier backpack and these spears you probably want to replace as soon as you can, but they're good, better to have than to not have. And honestly, tree bark rope is a pretty easy thing to make. That, and honestly, once you're killing puppets, cutting up all their clothes and making improvised rope from that is also pretty easy, because rope is always something that you need for a lot of the different recipes. So it's always nice to have extra rope. But as you can see, I still have a decent amount of storage because I didn't cut up my inmate shirt or pants. So I can carry all this stuff around with me. And those are some clean rags. So if I get hit by a puppet, I can still heal, which is very beneficial. Alright, that is all I had for this episode. Just a quick little tip when you're starting off SCUM. Alright, I'm Matt, LGN Gaming, signing off.